Good day. Today's June 16th. We're at the Ohio Veterans Home in the Great Hall, and I have with me the President of the United States, 16th President, Mr. Abraham Lincoln, and he's here visiting us today during reenactment ceremonies of the Civil War. Mr. President, we appreciate you coming today. I know it's been a long journey, and you're very, very busy. And I have three real general questions for you, sir. Up to the war, they were trying to do a compromise, and unfortunately that fell through. Can you have your thoughts on the compromise and what happened?
Yes, I want you to know, before that war commenced, I did everything I could to keep this country from going to war. I knew that we had our differences between the North and the South, and I was sure we could resolve those differences without going to war. And I was so disappointed when the South fired those shots there at Fort Sumter. I couldn't believe that they did that. And I made very clear that we would not start that war. And you might be interested. One of the things which I told the South, in fact, I made very clear to the South that we would not interfere with slavery.
Right.
Of course, slavery was the main difference between us and the North and the South.
Right.
And I did not, for one thing, I did not have the constitutional right to eliminate slavery. Slavery was a state's decision, not a constitutional decision. It required an amendment to the United States Constitution to prohibit slavery.
I see. Now, the war at the beginning went rather poorly for the North, did it not?
Yes, it seems like our good experienced generals went with the South, and other officers too, of course. And I was so discouraged with the generals that I had in the North. I probably shouldn't mention any names, but General McClellan, well, I said he had a bad case of the slows. In fact, I sent him a note, asked if I could borrow his army since he was not using it.
Okay.
And he was just so deliberate, although I have to say he did a wonderful job of supplying his army and organizing his army and all of that. But with his slowness, the enemy could easily anticipate what he was doing and be all set up and ready to go.
Right. And then finally we had victory and in Reconstruction. Initially, at the beginning of the Reconstruction, were you looking to punish the South, or were you trying to reincorporate them in?
No, at my second inauguration, by the way, I did not expect to be reelected as president, but thank the Lord I was. And by the way, George McClellan was the Democratic candidate for president at the time of my second election. Okay. And I was just concerned if he was elected that he would just let the South go, and all of our efforts would have been in vain. Right. And I met with the generals. We knew the surrender was coming up. And, well, the closing words of my second inaugural address are with malice towards none, with charity for all, and providing for all the widows and the orphans, and all of the horrible destruction where the battles had been, and all of that. So.
Okay.
And of course, we had the slaves. We are freedmen now too that need to be taken care of. So. Okay. Well,
you're an honorable man, Mr. President, and we appreciate your time in history, and we appreciate you coming here today to Ohio Veterans Home. And any last words?
Well, I'm just pleased to be here. This is a wonderful facility here. And I'm glad that we're providing for our veterans.
Great. Well, thank you, Mr. President, and have a good day.
And I thank you, sir.
All right. Bye-bye.